Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just arriving in Grand Rapids and I'm ready to work a beautiful limber pine. I'm here with this incredible example of limber pine collected in Wyoming 4 years ago by the backcountry guys, Steve and Dan. Is an amazing trees with incredible old deadwood that originally was growing between rocks, as you can see on this image. And now, after 4 years, it recovered very well, it's super strong, and we can think about giving the first styling. We have a lot of trunks going up, and the beautiful lower section with deadwood and liveline, but we need to find and create the transition from the base up to the canopy in order to create a good dynamism of the tree. So I'm looking around the tree and trying to find which one can be the better front, and I think now this one is the better option we have as a transition from this nice base, the deadwood. We still see this section, we have the tree going up, nice branches that we can carefully low down to create that visual connection between the base and the movement. And then I'm thinking to keep as inspiration this old limber pine that I saw on many pictures from the Rocky Mountain, with kind of a multiple apex style, and eventually I will see along the work to create even a windswept style, so the deadwood in one side. Even I'm still debating myself to keep alive or eventually kill these and create a beautiful gene in the direction of the movement to add more dynamism, and then low down the branches, create some feature in this section, but basically create a very nice and dynamic tree to the left. So let's start the work with some more cleaning, selecting. We have a big branch in the back of the tree that I'm transforming into a gene, and then I will start protecting the branches, wiring, and setting the pad in position. Now that I select the front, I can go through and remove the unnecessary branches that comes from the big line in the back. Obviously I want to still keep these wood lines in order to use them and create a nice deadwood that, even if it's in the back, will become a nice and a beautiful feature for the tree in the future. And I always can even bend them as I like, and then when they are dry, they will set in position. So this is the area I actually don't need because it's far away, far back, and eventually distracting from what is the focus of the tree. in the frontal section. So for now I leave these long lines. As you can see, I still have a lot of foliage coming from the other part of the tree, but as you could see now, this transition back here is too thick, so it will be very difficult to incorporate in the design of the future tree. It's much better to create a nice feature in the deadwood rather than deal with heavy bending, and you know, limber doesn't like heavy bending on the structural branches, so it's much better to remove this one and transform it in a piece of deadwood. Just finished cleaning all the bark from this section. You can see now it's nice and clean. It will dry out and then set in position. Eventually, later on, if I feel, I could even modify a little bit the position of these branches using wire or guy wire. So in case you see they are still very flexible. So in case I need to move them in the direction I want for the aesthetical purpose, they can dry out after a few months and then set in position. So now I want to start the wiring process from the lower branches up. I still keep this section in old. I want to start styling the main part of the tree, and then according to how I feel with the I can say the rhythm between the two parts and the connection, the visual connection between the two parts, I will decide eventually to gin this one or keep alive and create another living line, living trunk. I just finished to put the raffia and the electrical tape in all the branches that need to be moved structurally. As you can see, I always like to also loop around the junction between the branch and the trunk, or from branch to branch, so I can really secure the armpit and the shoulder of the branch from breaking while I'm performing bending. Now the next step will be start wiring with a structural wire these branches, thinking at the direction, and then already start creating the pads. just finished setting the two lower branches, clockwise, counterclockwise, the two pieces, connecting them in order to twist and bend them down in position, helping with the two pieces of guy wire in safety, and then inside outside all the small foliage, creating nice pads, opening up the foliage and creating the good dynamism down to the left from the front. The branch is down and framed very well. The back of the tree is a good background for the gin, and also this pad will be very useful. Has a nice part we can see from the front, from the angle that the trunk is creating with the first branch, and obviously give a nice three-dimensionality to the entire composition. So I clean a little bit the lines, open up the foliage in order to have everything nicely facing the sun and develop this section, and now I'm working there. I just finished taking care of the back of the tree, so you can see first apex, the irrationality branch, third dimension, and now I can work on this part. I still have on hold the right section, and at the end I will decide what to do with it. branch, trying to highlight the movement of the tree in this direction. I didn't want to cut this branch because it gives, in my opinion, a good directionality and dynamism to the entire composition. It's always important when we plan to bend big branches to wire correctly. So if we go down and we twist the branch in the direction we want to bend, it's important that the big wire hold on and tight while we do the bend. This gives us a bigger chance to avoid breaking in the fiber of the wood. So you can see already the wire tightening in this section. Probably in the future we can go a little bit more down to avoid a little bit this horizontal, but for now I prefer to stop. I want to respect the tree. Big branches on limber, as I said, they are not extremely flexible, so I prefer to wait, allow the tree to grow, get a little bit more flexibility, and then in a year time eventually push a little bit more. Now I can concentrate to the apex, and then we have an overall look and decide what to do to the right side. So now that I found the good relationship between these two apexes, they are taller in the front and the other one helping for the triangle shape. I covered that section, but I still want to try to use that branch to create another apex and keep that strong live line and trunk alive. So I will prune a little bit the branch in the back, save this one, put raffia, and then try to move it inside of the composition and create another canopy more or less in this area. I will see what I can do. We can always go back in the decision and remove, but I want to give it a chance. here we are with the final product. I'm super happy at the end I was able to use this as a branch actually and become the right branch of the tree to go up with the triangle and make the tree looking even more compact. I love this project because always teach me something. I was a little bit afraid about the flexibility of some branches, but I was able to manipulate them correctly using the wire, using the raffia and the torsion. So here we are with the final product. Enjoy the video and see you at the next.